Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hello, Riley. How was your vacation to Florida?
It was a little exhausting. Family is just tiring.
Yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I have my in-laws coming in for 3 weeks tomorrow.
That is a long time.
Yes. Ashley, when you move out and your parents come to visit, you'll know. Excellent. So, Riley, I got your pattern pieces. They looked right as far as the shape of your dress form, the shapes that you were developing for the draping portion.
Okay, cool. And I can show you the muslin of it too.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that when we're in the open practice part of the second class. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get ready for a very long visit. So forgive me if I'm a little bit less energy. I'm here. I'm happy to be here. As long as that door stays closed. Christine should be joining us shortly, and then we'll get started. But today we're going to be finishing up our zippers. So we've done our regular, so our kissing zipper. We've done our regular zipper, that is the lap zipper. We also are going to tonight do our invisible, and then finally our separating zipper. Cool beans. Oh, there she is. Hello, hello. So, Christine, were you able to do those 2 zippers from last week?
I wasn't able to do them, but I did get the zipper foot and I am ready. It took me a while to hunt them down. My local sewing store didn't, she said that she hasn't been able to carry any feet for a while. Her distributors are like,
Huh.
yeah, but anyhow, I found them.
Well, I'm glad you found them. Today, we're going to conclude our zipper section of our sewing notebook, and that's going to be with our invisible and our separating zipper. Do you have an invisible zipper foot?
Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. So today, I'll give everybody a moment to get your swatches ready. We'll need 1 invisible zipper, 1 separating zipper, and then 4 pieces of 4x6. Where did my zipper go? Aha. I was fortunate enough to get a workbench in my studio space. So I have a whole new setup. So if you're seeing a new wall, that's why, in my space, my still undecorated wall, it will happen. I was so lucky this past week. I got my machine serviced finally after 4.5 years. Oh, I've been servicing it myself, mind you. So it's not that it hasn't gotten its love and attention. but I finally took it in because I couldn't figure out what was going on with the tension. And now it's working so nice. I'm so excited. So I want to, before we jump in, review the different terminology of the zipper. So taking a look at this page here, we have our 4 basic types of zippers. We have our conventional zipper, which can be either a chain zipper with like metal teeth or plastic teeth. And we have our coil zipper, which is generally a nylon coil teeth that you see. We have our invisible zipper, and then finally our separating zipper. I went ahead and removed the vocab from our zipper page so that we could talk about vocab, looking at our zipper. If I point to this portion of the zipper here, what would that be?
Is that the pull?
That's the pull. Excellent. The pull is attached to what? These terms are very explanatory when you look at a zipper move.
Is it called the slider?
Yeah, it's slide. It just slides up and down the zipper. Excellent. What would we call this at the top or at the bottom?
Stops.
Yep, that's just exactly. The zipper doesn't go past, it stops. Finally, we have these guys here, which could either be metal, plastic, or nylon. The slide goes up and down. Let's give Ashley one.
I don't know. I thought that was the zipper part, but maybe the whole thing is.
Yeah.
zipper.
So these guys right here.
Yeah. I honestly forget.
Christine, you're unmuted. What do they are?
Oh, the teeth.
The teeth. Yeah, that's the only kind of tricky one, but these are the zipper teeth because they don't, but they kind of look like teeth when you unzip them, right? And then finally, we have this piece right here, which is the teeth are attached to. It's called the zipper what? This fabric portion. I know I'm really stumping you guys, aren't I? It's the tape, it's the zipper tape. Yeah. So you can go and impress all your friends with all your zipper terminology. Someone unzips their jacket, you can call out all the vocab. Be the coolest one at the party, knowing your vocabulary for your zippers. So today we're going to do, just like we did before, I'm going to show you the diagram, and this is a page that's going to be in your sewing notebook, and then I'm going to demonstrate. So we're going to talk through the steps for the invisible zipper, and then we're going to demonstrate. I think in practice, most people have the hardest time installing an invisible zipper versus any other style zipper. And the reason I think that is because at first, just like when you put your first pocket into your side seam, it doesn't quite feel right. But then if you step back and think about how we sew things right sides together, then you can apply that logic to the installation of the zipper. So the invisible zipper itself, unlike our kissing zipper, which we based up, we put the zipper in the middle, we sew it to the seam allowance, then we sew it down to the fabric, and same with our lat. We're going to just sew one side of the tape at a time. And I think that's what freaks people out. It's like, oh, it's not all even and all perfect. We're going to make little marks on our tape so that we know exactly where we're going to line up our pieces on either side. And what throws people off the most is this right sides together with the invisible zipper. So for our invisible zipper, we're going to sew with our zipper tape face down or right sides to the fabric, and then it will flip out. And that way we have just the pole, the zipper pull and slide visible for our invisible zipper. When we sew an invisible zipper, especially if we are doing a home sewing, we will always press our coil. So remember, we have either a chain or coil teeth for our zipper. So that being a nylon coil, we can go ahead and turn our iron to the nylon setting or the synthetic setting, and then just press our teeth over. If we take a look at our invisible zipper, notice how you can roll the teeth out. It's this rolling action with it folded back that gives you a nice clean surface on the top of the zipper. So if we start by pressing this roll out, we'll be able to get our stitch line really, really close to the teeth, and we'll have a really clean finished invisible zipper. We'll press our zipper out. We'll measure our zipper against our garment. If we need to add a stop, we add a stop with our thread stopper with our machine. We'll then make a mark where the zipper is going to start and where it's going to end in relation to the garment. So we'll have a mark on either side of the tape so that we know where they're going to match up. So for here, if my zipper was going to end at this point, I would put a mark on this side and then directly across to the other side of the tape. That way, when I'm sewing my zipper up one side at a time, I know if this mark matches the mark on my fabric, that this mark will match the same mark on the fabric, and I'll have my zipper installed evenly. So we'll begin by then sewing down with our zipper open down one side of the garment. Then we're going to flip to the other side. So down the other side of the garment, we will tuck our zipper pull behind our seam allowance so that we can have a nice clean finish. So this is where we're stitching it down so that the zipper pull is tucked behind, because we want to have our invisible zipper just a little bit longer than the opening itself. That way, when we sew it, we can get our needle and our stitch line really, really close to the zipper itself. Then if we need to sew down the ends, if it's tucked into the seam allowance, usually that's pretty good, but a good way to make sure that it's nice and secure is going ahead and sewing down either the ends to the seam allowance. And then finally, if we need to trim anything, we can at the top. Seems kind of straightforward. Yes, no, maybe so. All right, let's see if we've got this.
Christine.
Yeah.
So I forgot, I for some reason in my head, I thought I had an invisible zipper, but then I forgot to buy one. So is it okay if I like follow the directions and everything, but buy one later and then do it for homework?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you do that for homework? That way, you'll just kind of watch me do it, and then you have the video. Once I get the videos, I'll post it to you if you have questions. And then, yeah, you can go ahead and install, because you're installing in your dress too. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so I think I'm going to like this setup even more because I can go from my computer to my ironing board. So I have my invisible zipper here. I'm going to first start by ironing down my zipper. So I have my zipper teeth here. Oh, that didn't quite work. Promise there's no earthquake. Oh, there you go. Cords were crossed. Too much tension on the camera. There we go. And then I'm going to just simply roll the teeth over and press them down with my iron. Again, I just have this to my synthetic setting. And then go ahead and do that to both sides. Just pressing the coil over. That way it's really easy for my needle to get in and stitch right next to the teeth. Have a really nice clean finish. My zipper is way too long. So I'm going to start by shortening it. Ah, man. All right, I'm gonna figure out a better cord situation. I thought I was so clever today. Hold on, I've got masking tape. Yes, at least weights it down. Okay. So my zipper, remember I said I want it a little bit longer than my piece, but for our instances, I'm just going to get it to the same length as my piece. That way it's just easier for the install, it's easier for the book. So I've got my 6 inches here. I'm going to go ahead and add my stop by going back and forth here with my sewing machine with my either my feed dogs disengaged or my stitch length set to 0.
Okay, if this is a dumb question, I'm sorry, but do we trim it from the bottom or from the top?
Ooh, great question. It's easier to trim it from the bottom because you can just simply put a stop over both sides. With our separating zipper, when we trim our separating zipper, we're going to have to talk through top or bottom. It's not a dumb question at all. So it's actually a very good question. So so I'm going to go ahead and put my fabric stop in here. Turn on my zigzag, turn my stitch length to 0, move my pin, and go to town. Excellent. Oh, well, that was a little messy. Okay, it's going to be tucked inside my piece as well. So no one will see it. I'm going to then just cut it right below my stop. So like I had mentioned before, I want us to tuck these invisible zippers in. So what I want us to do is the last inch of our 2 4x6s, I want us to stitch these together right at our 1/2 inch line. So go ahead and stitch just the last inch. Go ahead with a regular stitch length, and I want you to back stitch as well. No, I said 1/2 inch, but I did a 5/8, so. I told everybody it's in the day, apologize. Okay. So I have my zipper to the proper length, so the length of my piece. Ooh, I can actually shorten it just a little bit more. I'm going to shorten mine just a tiny bit more. Then I'm going to open my fabric and I am going to stitch it in. Let's not put my pin in the right direction. Right position. Excellent. So now, just like I said, I've already pressed it open. Even though I've zipped it closed and it's rolled a little bit, it's still more pressed than it isn't. So I'm gonna change my presser foot to my zipper foot, my visible zipper foot. And your visible zipper foot's gonna have a hole in the bottom like that. And it should also have some tracks for your teeth. So these tracks are angled so that an invisible zipper will sew really nicely, and the coils will be right where they need to be. Get my top thread through that hole. And I'm going to mark on the same side at the bottom as I want as the top, right where that 1 inch line is, so that I know where things need to line up. So I'm lining my zipper up with my piece of fabric, right where my stitch line is. I'm going to make a small mark on my invisible zipper on both sides of the tape so that I have that to line up. Just made a small mark like that, so I know that that's where my point will line up, right where that stitch is. So since I have right sides together, it's going to help me determine my right sides. I'll go ahead and open my zipper. And if I need my zipper to end up right here, I need to flip my zipper so it's right sides together, but just one side at a time. I'm going to line up the top of my zipper with the top of my fabric. And I'm going to line up the bottom of my zipper with the bottom of my fabric. I'm going to keep my zipper pulled down past that little stitch line. And if I want to put a pin, I can go ahead and put a pin in my zipper to hold it in place, just to get started. But when you sew zippers, you do need to remove the pins, because otherwise the foot will not work it properly. It's going to throw off. Stitching. So with my needle, I'm going to go right straight down through the hole. I have my zipper in the right tunnel underneath my piece. Again, right sides together with the fabric. I'm going to go ahead and stitch. The benefit of having this tunnel is that it also helps roll the zipper out as you're stitching, so you get your stitch line really nice and close to the teeth. I'm gonna go all the way down past that line where I have my 1 inch stitch, so that my zipper is nice and secure past that point. Turn this off. So now if I zip this up, I fold this out, this should lay nice. My tension's off with my machine, so should not be wrinkly and wrinkly like that. Let's see if I can press that out. It's a little better. Okay, go ahead and zip it back down, same thing. And this way, so that the zipper will sew exactly the same side and line up evenly on either side, you can go ahead and check your mark that they're lining up with each other, the same point on your muslin. I have my mark here and here, lining up at that same point. If I want, I can add a pin just to keep it in place. And this time I'm going to put my zipper tape in the left tunnel of my invisible zipper foot. I literally just got my machine back today and I was so excited. Something is going on with my tension. Arr. My stitches are like micro stitches, so it wasn't moving. I have all this big talk about why it's not so hard to sew an invisible zipper. Oh, that's a lot of oil. No, there it goes. Pulling my pin out before I get to it. So I have my two sides stitched down. Go ahead and pull up my zipper, making sure everything is aligned. Remember, my zipper is kind of down beyond where my stitch line is, so it might be a little tricky to pull it up. Once you pull it up, we're going to sew the bottom of it to secure it so that it doesn't go down past there again. Of course, I just touched a pile of oil and I have no hand. There we go. Okay, so now I have my invisible zipper in. Oh my goodness, that tension is so bad. It should not be wrinkled like this. I'm going to sew a second one while you sew. Do what I say, but if your machine tension is going crazy, catch it. Don't keep going. I just kept pushing through. So do you see how one side is nice and flat and the other side isn't? That's because my first side, I had all that tension issue going on with my piece, but now I have my invisible zipper here, nice and clean. Go ahead and close it up nice and clean. And then what to do down here to make sure that my zipper pull never falls down below here, that stitch line, I can go ahead and sew. I can switch my foot to regular zipper foot. And just go ahead just to the seam allowance. So that zipper tape down. And that's going to help make the opening too narrow for the zipper slide and pull to go through. So you don't have to worry about the pull ever falling down beyond that point. You only need to do that at the edges where you had that 1 inch sewn in. Now I flip it out to this side, pull it down. I don't have to worry about that pull going anywhere. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and sew an invisible zipper? I'm going to sew a second one just because I'm so unhappy with my first one. Throwing it in the garbage. That's how unhappy I am with it. Have another invisible zipper right here. I'm just going to use that and find another one for tomorrow's class. So I'm going to talk through the steps just like I had just done, but you can keep working. And if you want to look up at different points as I talk through it, you can. I'm going to start by sewing my 1/2 inch seam allowance, that last inch, my 2 pieces together, right sides together. I'm going to measure the top of my zipper down to the bottom of to the top and bottom of my 6 inch length. Put my stop there and then cut. I'm now going to press my coils open. From the top, right sides together with my edge of my tape, matching the edge of my, oh wait, I'm going to make my mark on my tape first. My stitch will end. Now. And on the top of my tape, the top. My swatch. And I thread through my visible zipper foot, pushing it to the back. Lining the tape up with the right tunnel of my invisible zipper foot, making sure it's going up that tunnel. So all the way down to my mark, maybe a little further if I can. I am matching the tape edge up with the edge of the fabric of my 4x6. Not as bad tension this time, which is good. There's still something going on. So to investigate. Press that out. Same thing, other side. Right sides together. Left side of the tunnel, making sure it's up over my pin. Excellent. And then bringing the zipper up. And then sewing down. Zipper with seam allowance. From my mark, which would be my 1-inch. opening. I don't have to worry about it. And there we go. Much heavier this one. lays flat. There's not all those bubbles and wrinkles right where the zipper was before, like on the last one. So literally the only thing that's visible is the pull. Ashley, do you have a separating zipper with yourself today?
Yeah, I do. I actually, yeah, I have a bunch of those.
Okay, excellent. So that's what we'll do next, and that way you can participate. And you'll probably, did you put your zipper in yet for your dress?
No, I haven't, and because I don't, I don't have any. So
Oh, that's true. You don't have any right now, but I wasn't sure if you had one, used it, and then, so now you have a good introduction.
yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, Ashley, I have a question for you that is not, well, it's kind of related to fashion. The Tiffany style necklace that you're wearing right now, those were very popular when I was in high school. Are they very popular again?
I think so. I think it is because I don't know. I've seen like some people at school wearing something like it, or like in TV shows.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like
Everything is cyclical.
yeah.
I wish I kept mine.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's like, I don't know, it's one of those kind of classic things that I
Yeah.
think just comes back and
Yeah.
I think
And
it's always good.
yeah, I always thought it was really cute. I don't know why I didn't keep it. I don't know. Looks good on you.
Oh, thank you.
have a very loud cat. I don't know what to do about her. I can't mute her. Don't worry, the separating zipper is going to go in really quick. How is your invisible zipper, Riley? Oh, it looks clean from the image. Yeah. How's it? Do you like it? Or
Yeah. I think I was comparing it to my one from last class. They look about the same, except I have a basting stitch in this one.
Oh, that's right. We did the basting. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes, well, so a way to perfect your invisible zipper in installation is to baste it in place first. And that way you have both sides matching up evenly, perfectly, because they're both basted. I didn't do that this time. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason. It worked out. So how about yours, Christine? How's it coming?
One side is perfect and the other side I think was too close to the teeth because when I tugged the zip all the way up, it popped all the stitches out.
Oh
Yeah, it's okay. I'll try again.
no. Okay.
It's my first time with this kind of zipper foot and I felt it kind of hitting the nylon teeth the first time.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
had to kind of cheat it over a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, at least you got experience with your foot. So the next zipper we're going to do is our separating zipper. And Christine had a really great question when we started talking about the last zipper with our stops. So with our separating zipper, we see these most often in like jackets. We see them in jackets. I mean, we could see them anywhere, but like most frequently we'll see a separating zipper somewhere where we need two sides to come apart fully. Like if you were wearing a pair of pants with 3 legs that separated to have 2 separate pairs of pants with 4 legs, you know. Monster mash things up. You could have fun with it. But anyways, I'll tell this story later. If we are going to have a separating zipper, we need to shorten this to fit our length. Instead of doing our stop at the bottom, because we want to have both of these come apart, we're going to have to do our stop at the top because our separating zipper has it's like almost like a lock and key. That's not the terminology that they use, but they have a side that will literally slide down through the zipper slide so that you can engage it with the pull. So if we're going to shorten this, we're going to shorten this at the top. But for our separating zipper, I wanted to install this a little bit differently than we did our kissing zipper or our lap zipper. So if we're going to put this into a jacket, do our separating zippers and our jackets go all the way to the end of our jacket, or does it stop a little bit before the hem generally? We think about our jackets. Do we have the pull all the way to the end? For our hoodies and sweatshirts we do, but our jackets, we generally have the separation a little bit above the hem so that the edges aren't just right at the tip. This isn't at the tip, but like a separating hoodie, we'll see this all the way at the edge where we have our rips, our rib knit band at our waist. So for this one, we're going to mimic this as if it's a jacket. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to first start by hemming our 2 pieces of each side of our muslin. We'll do a quarter hem on our 4-inch angles. Let me go ahead and switch my camera to that. And we'll just do a simple seam from there. Then we're going to measure our length of our separating zipper against the length of our muslin. And then we will add our stops at the top. And we are going to install with a simple fold and zipper foot. So I'm going to go ahead and start just by doing a quarter hem against this 4-inch side of my muslin. There's no, one thing I always like people to take away, there's no right or wrong way to do things as long as you get your desired results. There are maybe more efficient ways to get a job done or a process done, but I always like to have my students not think of things as the right or wrong way, because it feels like it's very limiting. Oh, I didn't do it the right way. Well, does it work? Can you wear the garment? Does the garment look good? Then you did it the right way, but maybe a different way. And same on either side. Then it's more like a 3/8 hem, but you know, it's close enough. Same kind of idea. So I have it folded up here, so I'm just going to simply stitch this down. The same with this side. Yeah, singing the tune of high praises for the service I just had done a little early, huh? It's okay. They're really good. They're actually very, very fabulous mechanics, and I trust them a lot, and had them work on my machine for years in general. Try that again. Now with my 2 pieces hemmed, I'm going to go ahead and measure the length of the zipper. Remember, we have to put the stop at the top this time, and we're going to do the stop on either side of the top. So we're going to do one on this set of teeth and then one on this set of the teeth. So first I'm going to zip this up. I'm going to line up the edge of my zipper just on top of that hemline. So instead of going all the way to this point, I'm going to go ahead and leave that edge right with my fold line. And I'm going to mark where I need to shorten it, just at the top of my on this top of the 4x6. What's remaining of 4x6? Should be 5.5 by 4. Okay, I'm gonna zip. I got a pin on either side so that I can unzip this and go ahead and put my thread stop down. Just needs to be enough that when I pull the zipper won't go past. Perfect. The same on the other side, using that mark, with my pin as my guide. And again, before I cut it, I'm going to test it by pulling on my pull and slide. Perfect. Go ahead and cut my zipper down right past that stop. I'm now going to simply take my edge and fold it over a 1/2 inch. If this were a nice jacket, this edge would be finished first. I'm just going to fold it over a 1/2 inch and press it down on both pieces. So on the right side. Jeez. I'll figure out a better camera angle for next week. I just got this industrial cutting table here that's taking up most of the space in my studio now. So I had to rearrange everything. All right, so my 2 sides folded. Now I'm simply going to take my zipper and line my fold edge right up, not quite on my teeth, right next to my teeth. So this is going to be an exposed separating zipper. So right like a 1/16 of an inch away from my teeth, pretty close. You should be able to see on your separating zipper, there should be a different color or like a little different weave. Remember how we have our stitch line in our zippers? There should be just a right next to the teeth. So you want that fabric laying right on the other side of that. It's about a 1/16 of an inch. It's very small. And I'm going to use my zipper foot now, and I'm going to simply stitch this down. And go ahead and throw in a couple pins so it stays nice and secure. So glad I'm not working on a Juki for this class because of all the feet that I changed. I need to like use a screwdriver for each foot and change it in between. Such a pain. I mean, it's not the worst, but you know, just counting my blessings where I have them. Since we're just a 16th over, I should be able to stitch right from the top. Oh. All the way down. Same for the other side. I have my piece here. I got my other. Line it up. No. I didn't quite start at the top on the other one. I think I just ran the bottom. And now I have my separating zipper. Ta-da! Go ahead and do your separating zipper. See, it was many less steps. So there are a lot of different, I mean, there are other ways to sew in all these different zippers too. So like some jackets will have a little lap with their, separating zipper in the front so that you don't see the teeth. So we would combine elements of the lap zipper with that. So that there are different methods, different combinations you can do. And a thread. It's not bad, looks pretty good. I'm gonna grab a sip more water. Keep working on your separating zippers. I'll check on you in just a moment. I don't know if you can hear her yet, but she's coming up the hallway. She's 17.
At that age, she gets to do whatever she wants.
Yeah. And she tolerates big old pills every day. So now, yeah. I woke up with her this morning. I had this weird dream. I couldn't move my legs. And I woke up on my stomach this morning with her sleeping in the back of my knees. And I was like, well, no wonder I had a dream. I couldn't move my legs. You can't disturb a cat. It's bad luck. Let me know once you get your separating zippers done. I'm curious to see how they turn out.
I'm done, but I can't really show you because I pulled my pull off.
Oh no. You
Yeah, so it's done, but I can't actually separate it anymore.
So I had kind of the same thing going on where I actually attached it, but I didn't trim it because I couldn't figure out how do you get it to stop without like and separate without coming off. You know what I mean? Without pulling it off the raw edge.
Oh, so you do the thread stop on each side of the tape, right? So you're making a thickness in between the teeth that doesn't allow the zipper to go past.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I
Yeah,
should have done
so
that first.
I wasn't very clear. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, I mean, this is, I think, the kind of thing that you kind of have to do it like maybe a time or two before you realize the order you're supposed to do the steps. But yeah, I didn't do that the first part. So can I do that afterwards? Can I do it now?
No.
No.
Yes, yes. If you separate them now and have the pull at the bottom separated, you can put the stop at the top on either side, but just mark so that's even on both sides
Yeah.
where the stop goes. So yes, you can, but Riley.
I put
Sorry.
the stop on it, but I don't think I did it enough. So it just like it worked the first time, but then I broke it the last time. So
No.
I can't fix it.
I checked it. I checked mine with my first side to make sure it wouldn't move. And then I did it again the second time, once I did the second side, just to make sure it really wouldn't move. Yeah, sorry about that. But you get the concept, and it's nice to have an exposed zipper and it be just folding the fabric, lining it up and stitching it, right? So there are easier, this is the easiest zipper installation. So I wanted us to end with like the nice lightest. So know that it can be more challenging, but it doesn't have to be, it can also be easy. And you as the designer gets to choose what zipper you're installing and how you're installing the zipper. In just about any pattern, you can alter the way the zipper is so that you are doing the one you want to do. How is yours coming along, Ashley?
It's okay. It's a little slow because I don't know. I was having some technical difficulties.
You saw
But-
me. I think it's one of those days.
Yeah, yeah. So, it's coming along. I had trouble. I'm kind of having trouble on making sure that the zipper doesn't come all the way off, or that sort of thing.
You can do a thread stop. Did you do that to begin with?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I was just nervous about it.
Oh, that's why before you clip it, you do the thread stop and then test it.
Right.
That way, if it's not enough, then you clip the stop, put the zipper back down, and then do it again, but thicker. Yeah. I'm gonna mute myself so I can load this bobbin. So once you have finished your zippers, please move on to your project. Oh, wow, it's already just about time. How are everyone's projects coming along?
It's good. Since I don't have my invisible zipper, I'm not, what's it called? What am I doing?
Moving on from that part, right?
Yeah, I'm just stitching the seams on the right side
Perfect.
instead of the left, because the left side is where I have the zipper. So I'll just wait on that. And then I'm sewing the shoulder seams together too.
Excellent. How about you, Christine? How's your project? I love that shirt.
So it's good. I actually finished the skirt. It's a little too big, so I have to take the waist down now.
Oh,
But I guess
love-
it's better than being too small.
yeah. Yeah. How about you, Riley? Oh, she just ran off. Well, I will, oh, there she is.
My cat started eating my tape, so I had to intervene.
Yeah, problems, I get it.
It's good. I'm making some changes. I'm kind of improvising with it, but I think it's going to be a wrap dress. I mean,
Oh,
it's going to be a wrap dress, but I'm
it's
kind
no
of
longer gonna be the button-down shirt dress?
no. I mean, it's still the same. It's still the same thing, but I'm making it into a wrap dress.
So
So-
it's gonna sit over like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I can't wait to see how you do that.
Me too.
Well, thank you, everyone. I will see a couple of you for the next class and Christine next week.
See you next week. Thank you.
right.
Bye.
Bye.